We formed Luke to provide medical staff for the military on a contract basis. We provide it for all branches of the military. And we began in 2004 and took about a year and a half to develop all our processes and all of our policies and procedures. And then we bid on our first contract in 2005, and we won in 2006. We grew from 5 people in 2006 to, about 1,500 employees by 2011?
Yeah.
Rich here, he had an IT company, which is very important when you're looking at process management, how to do a process flow. And everything you do in a company really needs to be that way. He understands the financial accounting systems. And I had the business development background, understood how to go out and get government contracts. I had a consulting firm to do that. And really, I was watching what was happening. And there was a big need because both wars were going on. And so the government, the military, is deploying their healthcare personnel. So they had individual little contracts everywhere. The Department of Defense was trying to bundle all these little tiny contracts into massive contracts. It didn't happen at first because the Small Business Administration said, no, those will be large business contracts, and we want these for small businesses. Well, President Bush in December of 2003 said, no, I want to bundle those, but they're going to be put aside for small business contracts. So that's when I called Rich. I said, I think it's time to do something together.
We fell flat on our face within the first year. And we had to go back to the contracting officers and talk to them and lay out a plan. This is exactly how we're going to fix things. And we did what we said. The government absolutely respected that. And that was a huge learning process for us.
That was a tough meeting for us, too, because we're having to tell the government we're failing. We aren't doing this right. We're not doing good here. So these are the actions we're going to take. And I think they were kind of floored that we came to them to tell them, what we're doing is not really working. We're going to shift and change how we're doing this, but we will get results done. And we did. We did that. We did exactly what we said we were going to do.
We've been doing this business for 15 years. Every day we wake up, and it's a new challenge, significant challenges. When you go from zero revenue to within a 3 or 4 year period to over $100 million in revenue, there's struggles. There's the whole infrastructure that has to be built, credit lines, cash flow, putting people in the right places is huge. And each one of those in itself could strangle anyone, strangle a company. But just being able to deal with it on a daily basis. And both him and I are very hands-on, that we don't let anybody else run our company. We don't have it and walk away from it. We're there every single day. Jim, when he went to be county commissioner, I think you grew a lot. We talked about that in multiple ways. It gave me an opportunity to grow a lot. I had my own company before Luke, but when he went to be a county commissioner, it had to excel me to a level that I've never been at before. So it was challenging to be able to do what we did, and our staff is tremendous. I can't talk enough about them. If it wasn't for our staff, we wouldn't be where we are today.
Reality is we're both very strong in our faith. We follow Jesus Christ. That's our Savior. We follow Him. So everything we do, we look at from a standpoint of that. Decision we make is based on our beliefs. And with that, my whole family, I talk to my wife and my kids and ask them, are you all behind me? Absolutely, Dad. We know what you want to do, and we're behind it.
When you have the right mission in mind and God's behind it, everything else follows.
Absolutely. I think right now we're at 60 military bases. We'll probably double that within the next year and a half. And every one of those, there's an opportunity to help at those bases. We have our veterans coming back, our military coming back, and we treat them. We have psychologists that work with them. We have all kinds of medical people that work directly with them. So we have the opportunity to find when there's needs, and that we can plug in and help at those at all these different bases. As a leader in your company, you need to know what people go through in their job. You need to understand how it works and what their purpose is in that job. Well, we had this nurse practitioner. This person was directly responsible for preventing well over 150 suicides. The difference we're making, that's why we're in this job. This is why we do this, is because we would not have the freedom we have now if it wasn't for our troops and the families who support them, and that's what we do.
We came very close to purchasing a company, and it was a company that was owned by I guess a Navy SEAL, a Marine. He had done everything, the ultimate leader. While we were engaged in conversation, I knew that he would be working for us. So I looked at him straight in the eye and I'd ask him, said, okay, well, you led your own company. You're obviously very capable. So if we take over this company, then are you going to have trouble reporting to us, following our leadership? He said, not at all, sir. He looked us dead in the eyes. He said, a true leader knows when to follow as well as pick up and lead. So that stuck with me and stick with me forever, because that is a true leader.
Communities are important. I had, in my family, my mother died when I was young, and my dad didn't handle that too well. And I was 15 when she died, long drawn-out cancer. So, interestingly enough, in a small community, people stepped up. People would come just to check on me. That's what community is. It's not about flaunting in this and throwing money at this or doing that. It's staying, as Rich and I talk about, is stay under the radar and do what you can for people. Do for community. Support communities' development. And the old saying that the more you give, the more you receive is true. It's true.